Marco Rubio looks like he fucking took a blinker and just... Fuck. That's literally what Marco Rubio looked like the entire time. Trump and Zelensky are meeting in the Oval Office. Let's see what's going on there.
I want to see if we can get this thing done. You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough. But you're never going to get a deal that way, so that's the way it goes. All right, one more question.
I want to respond to this. So look,
Oh my God.
for 4 years in the United States of America, we had a
We've got to stop letting JD Vance in the room. Also, I love Marco Rubio. Just... he's not happy to be there. Little Marco Rubio is not happy to be in this room right now. But no, we gotta stop letting JD talk, because every time he talks, it looks like Bring Your Kid to Work Day, the way he's standing there like that.
The president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. The path to peace and the path to prosperity is maybe engaging in diplomacy. We tried the pathway of Joe Biden of thumping our chest and pretending that the president of the United States' words mattered more than the president of the United States'
This is like classic Republican shit. Like, this is the stuff that you would normally see the Republicans saying. They'd be like, well, like under a normal non-Trump administration, this is what diplomacy kind of sounds like. It's the, Biden tried it this way. We're going to do diplomacy now when we make a deal. This is like normal generic shit, and Marco Rubio still looks like he does not want to be here.
What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. So during a lot of years, so I'm not speaking about just Biden, but those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump.
The generic glazing that you have to do.
Nobody stopped him.
You have to glaze Trump a little bit to get him to do what you want.
2015.
2014.
2014?
Yeah. So
I was not here.
Oh my.
Exactly right.
Yes, but during.
Okay, like, how does he not know? He was like it's still like, how does he not know when he was president for 4 years? How does he not know when Crimea was annexed? Like, he's written policies, had meetings about this before in the past. Like, he was president for, like, it still astonishes me how little brain power he has. He's like, no, that was 2015. Oh, no, I wasn't there for that. Like, he just doesn't know anything that's going on. I don't, like, he's going senile, I swear.
In 2014 till 2022, the situation the same. The people have been dying on the contact line. Nobody stopped him. You know that we had conversations with him, a lot of conversation, my bilateral conversation, and we signed with him, me, like a new president. In 2019, I signed with him the deal. I signed with him, Macron and Merkel, we signed ceasefire. Ceasefire, all of them told me that he will never go. We signed him with gas contract. Yes, but after that, he broken this ceasefire. He killed our people and he didn't exchange prisoners. We signed the exchange of prisoners, but he didn't do it. What kind of diplomacy, JD, you are speaking about? What do you mean?
I'm talking about the kind of diplomacy that's going to end the destruction of your country.
Yes, but if you are not strong,
like,
with respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this
Wait,
in front
what?
of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing
Is he accusing
the front lines because you have manpower problems.
like they're being so rude to Zelensky for no reason. Zelensky is literally just trying to explain, no, in the past we've done the diplomacy that you're doing right now. The mineral deal or whatever, the ceasefire deal. We've done that with Russia before. And in the past, they still invaded us in 2022. In 2019, when Trump was president, was when the last ceasefire was signed, I believe. I believe so. Like, they signed it when Trump was president, they signed a ceasefire for Ukraine and Russia. So it's like, there's no diplomacy that's going to work with Russia. You have to, like, you can't diplomacy your way out of this.
You have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this.
Have you ever been to Ukraine? Did you say what problems we have?
I have been to.
Come once.
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President.
He's just so like, stop. Who invited him to this room? He needs to stop. Little Jebediah Vance needs to stop talking. Oh my God. He is the worst for this.
Do you disagree that you've had problems bringing people into your military?
We have problems.
And do you think that it's respectful to come to the Oval Office of the United States of America and attack the administration?
Like, why is he trying to dog walk him?
A lot of questions.
He literally looks like Trump's son. Like, he looks like fatter Eric Trump without the cocaine, and just he sits there with his like long ass tie going, do you think it's respectful to come to the United States and question my like, it's literally like, bring your little baby kid to work today. Mine lolly, bring mine lolly kid to work. Like, he's such an embarrassment. I just hate JD Vance. He's such an embarrassing human being.
Questions. Let's start from the beginning. Sure. First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it in the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't.
God
Okay,
bless.
Trump's.
You will not have war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering all these
position to
questions.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly
this.
what
I'm not
You're in
dictating.
no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're going to feel very
you will
good.
Feel influence.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about
From
it.
the very beginning of the war.
You're not
Mr.
in a good
Brown,
position.
I
You don't
was
have the cards right now. With us, you start
I'm
having
not playing
cards.
cards.
He's not playing.
You're
very
playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You'll get
What is Trump doing? What is Trump doing? Why is he just straight up attacking him? And also, Zelensky's just cooking. Like, Trump going, you don't have the cards. You gotta play the game. Zelensky's like, I don't have cards. No, there's no cards. This is serious. This is not a game we're playing. There's people's lives. Trump is literally, he does every business deal like this. This is how he talks about real estate. Like, it's like, I got the cards in my hand. I got money. I got power. Like, he's just trying, like, oh my God. He's talking about Ukraine the same way he talked about Gaza before he announced, like, the deconstruction and reconstruction campaign there. It's so disrespectful the way Trump is acting. And so, like this is the shit that you see behind closed doors usually, that, like, a news reporter leaks to the public. Like, oh, behind closed doors, Trump, like bullied Zelensky or something. And then, like, that leaks to the public, and then, like, NATO heads are like, nah, that's false. NATO's good. Ukraine's gonna join NATO. Like, no, it's not. Like, this is straight up the American government. Instead of doing this this is what happens behind closed doors, by the way, normally. It's fucked up that it's happening on live television to the entire world. They're just genuinely saying, like, no more American soft power, no more soft American influence. This is American hard power now. You're going to shut the fuck up and you're going to do what we're saying. This is straight up dictatorship shit. Like, oh my God.
gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country. It's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
Oh my, no, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, JD. It is not, bring your kid to work day is over. Shut the fuck up, JD. Oh my God.
You
You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October.
Like, this is not oh my god,
United States of America
them
and the
muting it, them treating Ukraine like it's a partisan issue. It's not. This is bipartisan. We should be supporting Ukraine no matter what.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war,
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly.
Even Zelensky's done with his shit. Please, just shut the fuck up, JD. Oh my god. I'm so sad Marco Rubio's like slightly off camera because I know he's just on the edge. Marco Rubio is internally crashing out during this entire thing. And it is Marco Wardog Rubio is just crashing out in the corner, and I know it because he knows he's gonna have to be the one to clean this shit up.
No, you've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
No, he has been alone.
I said stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military.
What about West?
If you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yeah.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, you cannot be... Trump is just crashing out. Oh my god. He is just crashing out. Why is he so mad about this? Like, Zelensky's not even being disrespectful in any way. Like, they're just beating him for no reason. There's no reason to be this forceful in front of the public. Like, maybe you argue like this behind closed doors, like what America always does. But like, this is like the craziest shit that he's done. You don't yell at another world leader and like him saying, no, we have been here the whole time. We've been giving you these weapons and you would have lost the war already without us. That's the same shit that Putin says. Putin always goes I can't do fucking Russian. Putin always goes like, without America, Ukraine would have fallen in 3 days. That Zelensky's like, yeah, I've heard that shit. That without you, Zelensky does not care. We don't care that of this. It's not the point. The point isn't that America's giving you weapons. The point is that Ukraine's being invaded. People are dying. People like this is illegal. This is war crimes are happening. There are children being bombed. They're blowing up schools, hospitals. Right now, they're launching missile strikes into cities because they know that a ceasefire is probably going to happen soon. So they're trying to maximize destruction potential in Ukraine so that it's impossible for them to rebuild. This is not an issue of what Trump is saying, like, we gave you weapons, we want compensation, we want the money, we want compensation. They're not playing fair. Like, it's not about that. Like, oh my God.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this, I tell you.
Just say thank you.
Shut the fuck up, JD.
Let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long. You have to be thankful. You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers.
Like, let him speak. Shut the fuck up, Trump. Let him speak. He is trying to tell you that he is thankful for the weapons you send him. He is thankful for the U.S. support. But it is not about that. This is about a ceasefire.
Then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire.
Okay.
I want to go, and I want this. Look,
crashing out Trump.
If you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you, you take it so the bullets stop flying and your men stop getting killed.
Of course, we want to stop the war.
But you're saying you don't want a ceasefire?
But I said to you,
I want a ceasefire.
With guarantees.
Because you'll get a ceasefire faster than an agreement.
Ask our people about ceasefire, what they think.
Yeah, what do the Ukrainians want?
That wasn't with me. That was with a guy named Biden, who was not a smart person. That was with Obama.
It was your president.
Excuse me. That was with Obama, who gave you sheets, and I gave you javelins.
Oh,
I gave you the...
It does, like... Like, Trump is not listening to a single word Zelensky is saying. And I don't even, like this is definitely not planned by Donald Trump. This is him crashing out because he's a narcissist. This is Trump crashing out live on TV because he thinks Zelensky insulted him, or Zelensky insulted his baby child, JD Vance. Zelensky insulted the mine lolly baby. Like, I don't I don't know why Trump is crashing out, but this is not planned. This is not tactical from Trump. This is not smart for him to do. He is just crashing out live on television.
Javelins to take out all those tanks. Obama gave you sheets. In fact, the statement is Obama gave sheets and Trump gave javelins. You got to be more thankful, because let me tell you, you don't have the cards. With us, you have the cards.
Why is he talking about gambling?
One question to Mr. Vice President. I'm sorry.
It's going to be a tough deal to make, because the attitudes have to change.
Oh my God, why is he... Shut the fuck up.
Ceasefire? What if Russia breaks peace talks? What do we do then? I understand that it's a heated conversation right now.
What are you saying?
She's asking, what if Russia breaks the ceasefire?
What if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? Okay? What if they broke
He's just mad.
I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me.
No, they don't.
Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt.
Oh my fucking
where
God.
they used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton.
You're just dropping key names? You can't just drop key names.
And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war.
You can't just drop. He's just
accused of all
dropping
that stuff.
keywords for his base. He's Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, Hunter Biden, bedroom, laptop, Russia. He's just crashing out. He is just straight crashing out live on TV. Oh my God. Yeah, this is... People thought the American empire would like die with applause or something. No, it's dying with an old orange man, an old man with a spray tan crashing out on live television. That's all this is. He's just crashing out because he thinks he got offended. Like, I don't even think he knows what he's saying.
He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. And then they said, oh, the laptop
What the
home
fuck
is
is
made
that
by
shot of
Russia.
JD?
The 51 agents. The whole thing was a scam.
What is that shot of JD? What is the fuck is he doing? He's like, yes, father. Yes, father. You're so right. You're so right, Dada. You're so right, Papa. May I have another lolly, Papa? What is Marco Rubio? Please tell me they show Marco Rubio.
Was made by Russia.
Oh my God.
Agents. The whole thing was a scam. And he had to put up with that. He was being accused of all that stuff. All I can say is this. He might have broken deals with Obama and Bush, and he might have broken them with Biden. He did, maybe. Maybe he didn't. I don't know what happened. But he didn't break them with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if he can make a deal. The problem is, I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And
What the fuck is he
you can be a
saying?
tough guy without the United States.
I think he's
And you
just
people are very
straight
brave.
crashing out now.
But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out.
Okay, so he's
You
just
don't have
straight
the
crashing.
cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest, that's not a nice thing. All right.
He's okay, so he's just crashing out on the timeline. Trump is just straight crashing out on the timeline. Trump is just straight crashing on the timeline. Marco Rubio looks like he wants to kill himself. Marco Rubio is about to drop. Marco Rubio is about to pop 37 Xanax and get high as fuck. Marco Rubio's gonna sit. Marco Rubio looks like he fucking took a blinker and just. Fuck. That's literally what Marco Rubio looked like the entire time. Fucked. JD Vance is sucking papa's, is getting on his knees for papa again, and Trump is crashing out on the timeline. They are for no reason gangbanging Zelensky in this scenario. There is absolutely no reason to do this. This is absolutely disrespectful, absolutely telling of who these dogs, these vicious dogs are as human beings. Trump is a dog. JD Vance is a dog. Marco Rubio is really high right now. Marco Rubio is probably crashing out in his fucking text messages right now because he has to clean this shit up. If anything, that's the biggest loser in this room right now is Marco Rubio. But no, Zelensky, he sat there, was respectful. If I was him, I would have spit on Trump's boot at that point, but he's doing good. He's doing good. He is standing up for his people. He is showing that he is a good person and a good, calm-headed mind in these scenarios. And Zelensky was more respectful than I would have been. This is just disgusting, this behavior from the administration. This is the craziest shit that we've seen from them so far. And the worst part is, tomorrow it's going to probably, something worse is going to happen. So the crash out on the timeline is insane. We're in the crash out era of this administration. We're in the crash out era.